So today we're going to talk to you a little bit about the Mlrdt. The Mlrdt is the mirror lens ray diagram template, and it is this guy. I'm going to show you how to draw a couple ray diagrams using mirrors and then some ray diagrams using lenses. So the first one we'll just kind of start up here in the corner. First draw our principal axis, and then we'll set up we'll do a concave mirror. So we're going to set this line, if you look on my template, on the principal axis, and then I can make my concave mirror. And I've got a few marks here. This is the focal point, this is the center curvature, and the vertex. Now, I mean, you could flip it like this. You're just using the marks to get distances. So if I put that on the vertex, I can then make a mark here and here, and now this is the vertex, the focal point, and the center curvature is actually here. Let's say that we have an object on the center curvature. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up with my principal axis, and then I'm going to draw the height to the top, or to that first little mark there. And that's the same distance from the dotted line to the top of my template, which allows me to line up the dotted line with the principal axis and then draw a ray that's coming in parallel to the principal axis. That ray then reflects through F. So I'm going to take this ray and reflect it through the focal point, which is that mark right there. The next ray is going through the focal point, and it reflects off parallel. So again, I can use this to help me take that off parallel there. And if you notice, the image that is produced should be at C. This is pretty close. And it should be the same size as the object, should be inverted. That looks pretty good. So there's how you would use it for mirrors. And again, if you need a convex mirror, you could use this side. So you would set up your principal axis, draw your convex mirror, and then you can draw your rays from there. For lenses, so let's draw one of those. So I've got my principal axis. I'm going to go ahead and mark all of my points along this principal axis. So I have my midline, and then I have my F1, F2, 2F1, and 2F2. So I put all those marks there, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a converging mirror. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to set up and draw a perpendicular line here using that little kind of hash line that I drew. And now I can use this, and you can see how I can use the marks here and here to line up it looks a little off because I'm not directly over top, but there you can see it. For this, I like to extend my mechanical pencil so that it's above, the plastic's above, so I can get nice and tight into those spaces to draw my converging lens. You can label these F1, 2F1, F2, and 2F2. I'm going to draw a, let's do like a magnifying lens. So let's bring this inside the focal point. And let's see what we get. So I'm going to draw my object, again, to that top line there. So this one is going to come in parallel, and I'm going to hit that vertical line, and then that is going to go through F2. And then I have another one that goes straight through the vertex right here. So from the top of the object straight through the vertex. And I'll notice that those two rays are diverging, they're not converging. So they're diverging from a point, and that point is back in this region, and I'm going to extend these rays back into the page. And you can see that they diverge from a point right about there. So I'm going to, again, set this up so I can make it perfectly straight up and down. So there would be the ray diagram using that. And you can see that that would be the condition where you're inside of F1 and you produce a magnified upright image, just like a magnifying glass. I'll do a couple more, but that hopefully gives you an idea of how to use the Mlrdt. If you want to keep watching, I'll do a couple more for you so you have an idea, but that should be enough. Have a great day. If you want to keep watching, keep watching. Let's do a third. This time we will do a, let's do a convex mirror. So here's our convex mirror. You can put down the focal point, the center of curvature. The vertex would be there. Our image is going to be outside of this. Again, there's only one condition. It's either infinity distance away or inside a distance of infinity. So I'm going to bring it to here. Again, set up my dashed line, which gets me to the top of my object. I'm going to go parallel in. That moves away from, and I'm going to draw that back into the mirror. Remember, it's a mirror, so the ray reflects off the mirror, but it reflects as if it came from F. And then I have a ray that's going toward F. And again, it reflects, and it reflects off parallel. So this is where I can use that dotted line again, is I can set up my point and then make sure that it's parallel. See how I can, see that those two lines are parallel, my principal axis and the dotted line. I'm going to move that so that they're parallel, and then I'm going to draw a reflected ray, but I'm also going to draw the ray that it's where it's appearing to come from. And that's really enough. Two rays and you get where they come from right there, but I'm going to do a third, and that's towards C and back on itself. So you can see the ray that's going to come towards C. It's going to go back and out, but I'm going to draw this as a dotted line as well. Towards C, and then back on itself. You can see that these are diverging rays, and they appear to diverge from that point. So again, I can line this up, make sure it's on the principal axis, bring it over to my pencil, and there's your image. You can see it's an upright image, but it's smaller in size than the object. And then we'll do one more lens. Put my little tick marks here. This time I'm going to do a diverging lens. So I set up my marks. Again, extend my mechanical pencil, and then I can run it right along those edges. Do all your labeling. And again, it doesn't matter where this object is. I'm going to just start it right out here. Parallel in. can go to that perpendicular or the vertical axis right here that runs straight through the mirror. And then this diverges if it comes from F1. So we've got our mark at F1. I'm going to draw a dotted line and then out. Then we have one that goes straight through the vertex. And that's really enough. You can put your image right there. I'm going to do one more, one that's going toward F2. Strikes the lens, and that's going to come out parallel. Again, I'm using the dashed or the dotted line here and making sure it's parallel with my principal axis. So I'm going to line that up, and then I'm going to adjust so it looks parallel. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to do a dotted line or a solid line out this way, but then I'm going to do a dashed line kind of on the way back. And you can see that those three rays appear to diverge from this point. Again, I can put my pencil on the mark, and that is my image that's produced. So hopefully those 4 examples give you an idea of how to use this little device. It comes in really handy. It's a great little tool to help you out drawing your ray diagrams. Enjoy. Have a great day.